Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I was just about to eat lunch, something I made today, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Let's do a recipe video. So, today I'm going to share with you my raw vegan lasagna recipe, sorta. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down and hit that subscribe button now, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and can come back and check out some more of my content. Yeah, I made this morning. I've had like I don't know, I've just had a craving recently. I said, I want some raw vegan lasagna. And I started thinking about the various parts that I wanted. And I said, that wouldn't be all that tough. So I just pieced it together. So the reason I'm saying this is sort of a recipe is it's not a proper recipe because I don't have amounts and whatever. I literally just made this up in the kitchen as I went. Now let me recreate all the different parts of it. What we have here, if you can see in there, like the base is zucchini. I've thinly sliced my zucchini. Now you might see a little bit of a white layer in there, and then you see the red layer. Well, there's a layer you don't see in there that's my meat. Walnut meat. So basically what I did is my marinara sauce. Like I say, I just kind of threw that together, and it's a mushroom marinara sauce. I had some mushrooms that I got at the grocery store this morning, and I let them just sit in the sun and marinate just a little bit in just some citrus, some apple cider vinegar, little Bragg's, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter what you marinate with. I just put them in the sun to sit for a little bit, soften up a little bit. So in my marinara sauce, so I did that with my mushrooms, let them sit for a while. Then I made my marinara sauce. My marinara sauce had, like I say, I don't remember. I put stuff in until I get consistencies that I want. So I put Roma tomatoes in there. I think I put 4 or 5 Roma tomatoes in there. I put sun-dried tomatoes. I don't know how. I think I put like 7 or 8 pieces of that in there. I had a clove of garlic in there. I had some, I don't have any fresh. I had some leaves, some basil. I had some leaves of oregano. Let's see, what else? I think that was it in my marinara. And I blended that up. And then about the time I got that blended up, well, this is all happening in stages. I started the marinating like a couple of hours before I started making that. And then I brought my mushrooms in, and because I wanted this to be real hearty. You know, I have a lot of sweets, so I said, I'm going to make this real hearty. So I put the mushrooms into my marinara sauce and then blended it up just a little bit more, so I had a nice thick sauce there. Now my meat is just simply, and you can use that for taco, you can use it for all kind of stuff. I had walnuts. And yes, I didn't soak them for long, but I soaked both my walnuts and I didn't get to the third part yet. But yes, I soaked my walnuts for a little bit. And then really all I did with the walnuts was put them in my food processor with a little bit of Bragg's aminos, some onion powder, and some chili powder. And I just hit the pulse because you don't need very much to get that kind of almost like a ground beef consistency. So I put that in and just pulsed it till I got the consistency I wanted on that. Then I wanted kind of a cheese sauce layer. Now I made the cheese sauce yesterday because I was already thinking about this. And I know I'm not the kind of cat in the kitchen to get in there and stay in the kitchen for a while. So I said, well, I'll go ahead and make the cheese sauce today. And then tomorrow I'll see what I make tomorrow. So the cheese sauce was my soaked cashews. I put them in my Vitamix, and I just put the soaked cashews, some nutritional yeast. Like I said, I just kind of eyeballed it until I got it, and just enough water with my tamper to get that going, because I wanted that real thick. It's closer to being, like after I let it sit in the refrigerator for a while, it's closer to being solid than a sauce, but I call that my cheese sauce. So, did that this morning, got it all put together, got my mushroom marinara, got the meat ready, the cheese was already ready. I bought some zucchini at the market this morning too, some good Italian zucchini, and I sliced it up. And bing, bang, boom, this looks amazing. Now see, this is my jam right here. This is my jam. If I can figure out little tricks in the kitchen for myself like this, not a whole ton of work, not a whole ton of thinking, not a whole ton of restaurant kitchen expertise needed, but a nice treat, something a little bit different. A little heavier on the fat, and somebody will point that out. They'll be, isn't that rather heavy on the fat? Well, yeah, this is a little bit more something I don't eat on the reg. But then again, it's not that. I didn't use a ton. Like, I was kind of aware as I was making this one for me, and I've still got stuff, the fixings left over, as I was making this one for me. You know, yes, because I put down a layer of zucchini, and then I put a little thin layer of the cheese sauce on that. Then I put a little layer. Then I spread out some of the meat, ground meat, or the walnuts on that. Then I put some tomato mushroom sauce on that. Then I put another piece of zucchini on there, and then I layered it again, and I finished off with the marinara sauce on top. But that was super simple. It was just kind of like, okay, I've made, and like I said, I was thinking like that. I'm like, okay, you've made a sauce with cashews before, so make yourself a sauce. You've made the meat for tacos before, so just make the meat. I haven't made spaghetti in a while, but I used to do, like, you know, a raw spaghetti, so I said I know how to make a marinara sauce. So boom, that was all it was. And then just kind of put it together, and now I've got a very nice meal for a Monday. So that's what I do in the kitchen. That's about the extent of my capabilities. And that I don't try, it's not like I'm trying to be difficult. A lot of times, especially on Instagram, people grill me like crazy for recipes, and I'm just not that person. I like to give examples of what you can do and how you can just like explore in the kitchen, but I'm definitely not that proper recipe type of guy. That's why I'm always giving props to people like my friend Melissa and Raw Advantage, Chris Kendall, because they know how to come up with recipes. They know how to make stuff, but I know how to feed myself, and I know how to, you know, come up with some pretty good stuff from time to time. So I'm hoping that maybe this is going to inspire me to play a little bit more in the kitchen and kind of get out of my wash, rinse, repeat mentality. I swear there's so many days where it's just like, okay, didn't you have that the last 4 days in a row? Had some nice cream, albeit different flavors, had a green smoothie, a big green smoothie, had a salad, and I'll do that day after day after day after day. And I love it, but then I'm like, let's try something a little bit different. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. And like I say, don't get too caught up in details on recipes. If you start to put, that's how I've learned any skills I do have, is the few recipes I know of various people out there, is I start getting, okay, well, this mixes well with this does well with this, if I can do this, I can do this. And before you know it, I'm feeding myself and I'm happy. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoy this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you know somebody else who might enjoy this recipe, please give it a share, and I will see you guys here again later this week. Peace.